going to be risking a lot when it comes to the overall leaderboard. So this is something that some of these squads are going to need to keep in mind here. And if they do end up pushing another squad early on, they need to be like 100% confident. They have the information that they could wipe out that team, because getting chunked down this early on, it's going to spell disaster, and hopefully not tilt them throughout the rest of the day, because we have a bunch of PUBG, Esquire, a bunch of PUBG today.
Bunch of PUBG, but not a lot of room for error. As we already do see on the screen, teams are trying to get those boots on the ground. Heading over towards Picado will be, yes, the likes of both Northern Lights, Sonics, and Team Liquid. Another team from the Americas, Dave, has entered into the mix and will be providing some more chaos inside of the most central point of this Miramar map. Will Team Liquid be able to get out of here alive, or will they be faced off against one of the grandstands coming in from across the pond by H-Win, Trimsy, Profi, and Mime? Sonic's already going to be on the ground, well, on the roofs, picking up whatever loot they can to prepare for a pretty much imminent battle at this stage in the game.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, they're only 1 point apart from each other on the overall leaderboard. It looks like Team Liquid, they're going to have a nice little split around 2 of the members, Mime and Win, of the Sonics, and it looks like they are going to be pushing on out. This is definitely going to be an area that we need to pay attention to, because these teams are right on top of each other. Ooh, what is going on? We already got a first blood. Uncivil going to be connecting with a nice snipe.
Feed this to the other teammates to then come up with the advantage over their opponents. Shots already going to start ringing out, and the first knock inside of the city will be had. Mixie with a beautiful headshot from the Mini 14 will be finding his connection onto H-Win. Down goes the first of Sonics. A little bit of cover behind a vehicle alluded to before this game started, talking about Team Liquid. While this is happening inside of Picado, though, I still want to make mention of the fact that Northern Lights is up in Power Grid. Usually it was Team Liquid clashing. Now they get the opportunity to possibly third party after hearing all of this commotion. The breach is coming in. Team Liquid trying to surge on top of the rest of the Sonics. They're able to find Mime. He goes out next. Mixie claims the first 2 lives of this Sonic squad coming in to today, absolutely swinging as well. Our power players are already starting to hit, Dave, early on in game number 1.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, just the fact that Mixie can get a couple kills earlier on here today will be a confidence booster, because ending yesterday, Mixie only had around 6 kills altogether. So to be able to come in here, frag out, and now if you are...
And I think that's the position that maybe STK was trying to eye down.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Yesterday's games, after you saw a couple people tweeting about their performance and how they want to kind of do better here, shoot to kill, they're going to find themselves potentially in a early game fight against Oath, who are currently in first place on the overall leaderboard. Oath, they are going to be taking shots back and forth, but let's check on over, as FaZe are going to have a nice little split going on right.
Tune in with members of FaZe and see how they're going to try to structure this strategy. We're going to come back here and see Uba, who was trying to dip in between the smokes. A little bit of concealment, but unfortunately not going to be enough. The kill comes in, I believe, a steal for the members of DA. Lowell comes in and
they maybe open it up and just try to go for that first place, in my opinion, of course, Esquire. But losing AT very early on, we're going to see them kind of retract, kind of group on up. As you mentioned, they are going to be right smack in the middle of this new circle, so they don't really need to be ultra aggressive like we were seeing them just a moment ago. But talk about teams on the move. We got Duel out here on the East Coast. Looks like one of the members from Omaken are going to be spotting that rotation, relaying that information. Looks like T-Bone might be setting up for a roadblock. Will it pay off, though? Because they are going to be outnumbered, and Duel actually getting split up there in the process of the rotation. Now they got 2-2 going on. Shoot to kill going right past the back members as well. So Duel, things aren't looking too good right now, Esquire.
Comes down. T-Bone trying to take him off of the bike, is able to have at least a little bit of success in finding the shot, and down goes that member of Duel. The first to drop, unfortunately, will be Michael, as Oath is starting to take casualties also. Lampalot going for some massive air, crashes into the electrical pole, and is trying to just get out of dodge before Omaken ends up finding a lucky headshot, possibly eliminating the second.
Here in their vehicles, Lampalot, Duel making the approach with the Mini, going to be spotting out the vehicle. Will they be taking the shots? They need to be aware that if they take these shots, it will give away their position. Lampalot going to be opening up the shots onto Purdy Curdy, and will be connecting onto Purdy, getting the knock right here. And Halo, the double.
I mean, listen, Duel is doing an absolute great job right now at trying to disable the members of STK. Lampalot and Cherry were able to find that first knock onto STK. Purdy goes down, Alo goes down, 2 on their feet. You had to think it was kind of maybe a little bit too much for Duel to chew. The teamwork came in space. They were able to take down STK without pretty much any return shots coming back, and now another falls. Uncivil going to be bleeding out as well. Huge nades coming in from Lampalot to not only secure the kill onto Purdy, but also take down one more member of this STK squad. Now with 1 alive, will STK's Luke 12 be able to keep this team's dreams and hopes in game number 1 going, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, look at all this loot too. I mean, if you're Lampalot, this loot is just going to open up your eyes and you're going to be feeling good. Luke 12, though, out there making an interesting play, actually going to be driving into the blue. Are they going to be denying points or
no.
really wide?
Northern Lights, this could be a bit of a turnaround from what we saw during the regular season play for the European region.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. I do see Spyro was able to get revived. Extremely important for the team of Northern Lights, as Spyro is their main fragger. Yesterday, 15 kills alone for that player in particular. So they need to make sure that Spyro stays alive.
Dip their hand in this, might be trying to steal away a few kills from the likes of Liquid. This northern section, Dave, is about to absolutely explode. Uba going to be spotted out. He doesn't have the sight. He's got the wing peak to get by 1 shot, but both players drop down very low, but it's going to be Uba from FaZe that falls first. A beautiful knockdown coming in for the deep. Well, Northern Lights, Dave, they look to try to continue on with this epic momentum that they continued throughout the first 3 weeks as well.
Yeah, I mean, extremely concerned for not only FaZe Clan, but Northern Lights as well. I mean, FaZe Clan, they were a little split for only having 3 members over there, but they do have that hard cover. Northern Lights were forced to kind of move on over through this terrain. And so who really won this fight? It looks like FaZe.
Yeah, it certainly does. Liquid also going to be losing a fight of their own. Trying to get the res right now will be K-Mind on top of Jeems, but Northern Lights loses another. The deep is going to be going down, knocked once again. Rahina Esports going to be losing members also. Fights all over the battlefield, Dave. 15 teams still remain, 43 players alive, so make no mistake about it. This is going to be a very heated mid to late game transition. The shots continue to come out, and somehow, some way, Northern Lights is going to be our second team to fall here in this lobby. They were looking very good, Dave, coming up to this point, but how chaotic this area of the map got certainly lended a hand in that disastrous ending. Duel going to be quickly following thereafter as they exit out of the game. Mixie going to be going down as well to the bleed out. Northern Lights, after they go out, well, at least they're able to pick up 1 more point.
Yep, and that's going to open it up, at least for this game in particular. Northern Lights, they were in second place with 70 points, and we still have D8 and FaZe Clan hot on their trail for that second place on the overall leaderboard.
Our northern teams, Houston Hardshift, sit pretty much dead center. They've got a wide, pretty much 4-corner split on this compound and just need to try to hold this. And hold it is what they're going to have to do. They defend it at all costs because teams are going to be crashing in big. Here comes Bard for TSM. He's able to get inside without taking too much damage. 50% HP is where he currently sits. And also in the kill feed, we see FaZe Clan starting to at least combat against Team Liquid. The northwestern side of the previous circle starting to get a little bit crazy. Mirror-Q going to be bombing in as well. They have to shore up this position. They've got to support
and start to take their own slice of the American dream themselves out here. The white picket fence shacks, as we see TSM going to be making the crash on in. So if I am Maluk, if I am Jay Shank, I want to kind of regroup with Lowe's right now and, you know, be able to provide that support. Omaken out there still playing the edge in the south. They've been out there for the entirety of the map. They did get a couple kills onto Duel, I believe, earlier on. So this is a great game for Omaken so far because, like I'm going to keep mentioning, they're in dead last. So they need all the points they can possibly get here.
We look up to the north. Chaos still going to be erupting for these teams outside of the circle. K-Mind is able to find 1 more member of FaZe Clan. Down goes Gustav, flushed out of the game. The 5th kill going to be secured here for Team Liquid. If you are a Liquid fan, you're going to be liking what you're seeing right now, coming in from K-Mind to try to secure as many points as possible before this game ends for at least him and his team. Now he pushes on. There's still going to be other shots in the distance. This is going to be maybe potential kill points, drawing K-Mind over to this direction. Buzzface is able to combat against the likes of Oath, who are losing member after member after member. Now going to be remaining just 1. Who in the blue zone tries to get the peek on the Buzzface from the right side of the building. He finds a beautiful spray down, and out goes the member of FaZe Clan. The entirety of their team out in 12th place position. And Oath, Dave, first place. Wow. They continue to push on. A hell of a play from
Oh, K-Mind sees this. K-Mind sees this. Oath will be taken down and out. Oh, Relo actually took down K-Mind and then went down to the zone.
Dave, he totally knocked K-Mine's head off. He got a beautiful headshot on Under Siege, a little bit from 303 Esports from the southern side of the hill. Nades start to fly in that direction. Sophia going to be the one tossing them up towards the north. Luke 12 still going to be championing for his squad. The solo player for STK looks over and finds Grumps. Ferox loses one more in the process, and you can see
Occupied by an enemy. Luke 12 trying to survive. Doesn't really have much room to work with when it comes to getting on into the new zone, as we already do see squads right in front of him. Luke 12 going for the punch out right there, or the actual pan throw, I believe that was.
I just saw our observer mute all comms, Dave. Unfortunately, we didn't get a glimpse of those all comms.
Take that.
Over yeah. TSM now going to be under siege. They tried to bomb in onto the members of the hardships, had to resort to just holding on to the outskirts of this compound structure, and now face off against the siege of metagaming. They find 2 knocks early on. Down goes Ragnall. And down goes Christum, but 2 remain alive and on their feet. Sparking and Sizzlin try to at least push down, but they'll also have to worry about every other enemy's presence up here on the northern side of the circle. You still got Ferox trying to push down. They will absolutely be hearing these shots, but it looks like they only have one thing on their mind, Dave, and that's rotating safely into this next circle. Metagaming might be there to pick up a few more kills.
Yeah, and we see Lobes connecting on to Lol from DA out there in the kill feed. This is extremely interesting. Metagaming, they were getting ready to kind of sandwich DA out there on the west, but then they made the call to focus on making their way on through the north of the zone. That could spell disaster for them, as we do see them getting picked apart right now. Still managing to survive. We just saw a second ago, they were able to toss some smokes and actually get those 2 revives up right now. So now, Metagaming, it's a 4v1 out here. Cozy will be spotted, will be taken down and out. Now, if you are metagaming, you need to focus on how do you get on into this new zone, because remember, Houston Hardships are going to be right in front of them. Same thing with TSM. So it is going to be extremely challenging, as we see Fex going to be recognizing metagaming, pressing on over those hills out there in the distance. But Fex has other things to worry about as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's also talk about what else is still going to be alive here on the eastern side of the circle. Luke 12, by virtue of metagaming taking out Ferox, remains alive. STK is still going to be in the game with a solo player. Now has the backside flank onto this engagement between Meta and TSM.
Oh, no.
Luke could be a massive threat here, and there he is. He takes out Fex. The entirety of to be destroyed. The blue zone, the nades, and down they go. Luke going through. He's wiping these.
Continue to out-survive their opponents in the distance. Going to be squaring off against Maluk, holding these angles. Definitely hearing Maluk, getting ready to throw the flash. Oh, Mercu is not in the compound, but in the other one. We'll be recognizing that, taking some shots out there. 10% HP, was able to take down Maluk right there, and another point in the bank for the team. Shoot to kill.
I mean, holy cow, did these
Molly.
guys quit? Well, yes, apparently they do stomp at least. A Molotov from Bard from TSM is going to be enough to at least end Luke 12's massive push.
We'll be taking a couple shots at D-Rich out here in the distance. Now, if you are Omaken, you are just having the best game ever right now. I mean, just taking it calm, chilling like a cucumber, pretty much letting the entirety of the zone take each other out. My question is, this next circle, depending on where it goes, I don't really see it favoring Houston Hardships anymore, but can Houston Hardships use this momentum, this game, and clear it out and get a chicken dinner regardless?
Everything in the kitchen sink is being thrown out to try to protect them with this push they have to make. Blue zone coming in, but it's now going to be the third party that comes in. Huge plays coming in from Lobes. A barrel spray is all it's going to take to knock down Sophia, now leaving D-Rich as a true solo for 303 Esports.
D-Rich trying to survive. We'll be taking the initial shots and will be connected on by Vasquez, taken down and out. Omaken, 6 kills so far. Much needed kill for Vasquez right there. The first kill of the game. Page with 1 kill, Jempty with 1 kill, and T-Bone with 3 kills. So let's see. Will the
12 for STK and now possibly Vard going to be setting himself up for the exact same type of performance. Shots come out. Omaken going to be spotting out the members of the Houston Hardships. Down go Chubba Bubba. Vasquez with Mini 14 able to find the headshot to take him out of the game. The Hardships lose 1 more and weaken their squad's chances at trying to contest the likes of Omaken Esports. 7 kills now to their name, getting closer and closer to closing this game out in a very, very high fashion. But to be able to spot out Bard, if Bard gets the back flank, Dave, it can spell disaster for this team as they fully get into the mix with the Houston Hardships. Might he be able to do it? Do Omaken really know that a third team is still alive, or do they think the entirety of the remaining players are going to be on the Hardships?
It's really all about math. I mean, they need to make sure that they can account for all the remaining enemies. And it looks like Jempty will be connected on by Vard from behind. getting the knock, but not the flush right there. And this revive could play crucial, as we do see Houston Hardshifts going to be using all their smoke to try to rotate on out, maybe wrap behind Omaken able to get the revive onto Jempty right now. Vascu bleeding on out as well.
Great backup coming out here. Load. Now J-Tay can be tagged down though. T-Bone with beautiful shots displayed throughout the game. It won't be stopping anytime soon. J-Tay goes down, will be bleeding, but Load is going to be under fire as well. Comes in, and there it is. Omaken with the 4 stack to kick off that engagement, end up closing out game number 1 of day 2 of the grand